Okay, it is time for that hustle and flow. Back on the road, doing them Saturday chores. And we're going to have to talk about the sellers, what's going on in the market, how soft it's starting to get. And yeah, with as soft as it is, let me tell you something. I don't understand it. The prices are holding. I don't know why they're holding. Sales are actually down again. There are more houses on the market, and yet the prices are holding. I don't know. So, when I make these videos, sometimes I don't even know what I want to talk about. I just turn on the camera and I start talking. This is one of them. It's like, what's on my mind? There's 1,000 things on my mind, 1,000 things to talk about, because you just don't understand. Real estate is probably one of the most fascinating things in the world, because there's a billion things I could talk about. What's going on in Vegas? Vegas, some people are saying are dying. I've been saying it's dying because nobody's showing up. We have a lot of Canadians who have second homes here. They're bouncing out like crazy. Everything's going on. Today, I'm just going to talk about kind of the market. Had a live stream the other night, very well attended, believe it or not. When I do my live streams, I love doing them really like live. I don't just present numbers, and like the official numbers haven't come out from the board yet. By the time I do a live stream, they're going to match. They got to like vet their numbers, but I pull it straight from the MLS, the same numbers they use. They're not going to vary any. So the numbers are down a little bit. So 480 for a single family house. So, by the time this comes out, it's going to be old news. But here's the thing. The numbers that have actually sold home is actually down. Interest rates are down too. Number of homes on the market up. What the heck is going on? You look at it. Well, Vegas is in the news again. We're leading in everything in the nation. So record number sellers taking their houses off the market nationwide. Guess who's leading the market in that? Right here in Vegas. Because, you got the home sellers it's like, hey, I'm not getting my price, so I'm just going to take my marbles and run home. Okay, so they're running home. Record number price reductions. Guess where? Vegas. Record everything. Oh, by the way, record number of tourists just going like, I'm out of here. Where's that? Vegas. Okay, fine. But, I'm still got people, calling and everything. And, of course, right now, it's absolutely killing me. That's why I got to do these videos. I can't get anything done. I got 10,000 family obligations. Ergo, Carpool Confessions. Someplace I can do stuff, even like for tomorrow. Now, this will be old hat by the time you get to see this. There are so many things I'm supposed to have done. And it's like, you know what? I am setting this Sunday aside for the stuff I got to get done. I block out the entire day, and then right before I get ready to come do this, get a call. Just landed in town, and I've been seeing on YouTube, I want to go see houses. It's like, oh God, not again. It's like everything goes on pause. The reason I'm having an issue is for the last 3 months, I've needed to do my continuing education to renew my license. My license renews in like 3 weeks. And if I don't get all my continuing education done, I literally lose my license. And every time I get ready to try to do something, somebody just drops in. I want to go see houses. And it's killing me. I got so many obligations of stuff. And every time I set aside time to start doing something, so what happens, but it is what it is, So I'm just gonna have to go find time. And I got 10,000 obligations to do. That's why I got 5011 problems. And real estate is definitely one. So anyway, and it's like, it's these sellers and everything. It's like they think it's still 2022, 2021, where they could do whatever they want. So yesterday, I was at a thing at the owner of our company's house. No, I ain't gonna call it a house. It's a mansion. Up in the hills, overlooking, you can see Vegas. I sometimes want to just like take pictures from it, but I don't want to dox folks. Maybe just the view of the Vegas from it, you'll just lose your mind. So I'm sitting out on the veranda patio for us normal folks, looking down at Vegas from it and talking to an agent, and she was talking about a house she's got for sale. She's having trouble selling, and she is the 16th agent. And it's like, what the heck? Yeah. Woman's been trying to sell this house and she's gone through 16 agents, and it's just all this craziness that folks are doing. And I'm going to tell you, seller, something right now. You ever seen that Bob Newhart skit, Saturday Night Live?
Stop it!
Stop it. Won't let a lock be on the house or anything. She wants to be there when the people are there. Then she wants to follow them around. She doesn't want anyone to touch anything. Just crazy stuff. Then I was telling her about somebody who called me up one time. I don't know where they called from. She was like making all of these demands, to list her house. She goes like,
I want you to be there at every showing.
I'm like, you want me to be there at every showing? Why? It was like crazy reason.
So you can like gather intel and figure out what they're thinking and stuff.
No, it's like a normal house. It's like, well, people are there at showings normally for luxury properties, like $1-2 million houses and above. Really about $2 million houses and above. Your normal agents are normally there for every showing. That's a norm. Your house is normal, like under $400,000. And she's like,
No, I want the agent there for every showing.
It's like, no, I'm not going to be there for every showing. She's like,
well, what do you have to do that's so important that you can't be there for every showing?
Well, first of all, you're going to get fewer showings because they've got to make an appointment with me. I have to be available, which means you're going to get fewer showings. And that's going to mean it's going to actually make it harder for you to sell your house. That's putting you at a disadvantage. It's like,
well, can't you just move things around when somebody wants to see a house?
It's like, that doesn't even make sense. And then, those just had all of these conditions she wanted. And then she goes, and remember, this is prior to all of these new rules that we have in real estate. And then she goes, and
you're going to take the listing for 4%.
I'm like, and what? Yeah. So anyway, she never gave me the address, but I was able to figure out based on what she said, because I've been in real estate long enough to, just pull in front of me like that. If I just kicked your Porsche's ass, I love people and they got like Porsches and stuff, think they can do whatever the hell they want. So anyway, I was able to figure out her address, looked her up. It's like, wait a minute, the listing was just canceled. Wait a minute, you had 3 other agents in the last 4 months. No, 3 other in the last 4 months. Let me start calling some of these agents up. Man, I called the last agents like,
oh my God, that woman's crazy as hell. She's bat crap crazy.
I called the next agent.
Oh my goodness, she's bat crap crazy.
I didn't even have to get, actually the third agent, I got a voicemail, finally got back to me.
Oh, she's bat crap crazy.
Yeah, I got that one. But anyway, sellers will do this stuff and they wonder why their house don't sell. Bob Newhart, I'm gonna channel him.
Stop it!
Stop it. If you're following people around, they're never gonna buy your house. If you've been through 16 agents, it's not their fault that your house is not sold. It's yours, 100%. Had a seller one time, he did not overprice his house. He just wanted to do a low commission thing. And I took the listing for grins and giggles. I'm not gonna get too deep into it because it'll get me in trouble. It's just hard to explain why it would get me in trouble. I took it for a challenge. I just wanted to see something. And I literally had his house sold 3 separate times. The other agents will call up and it's like, hey, I'm getting ready to send you an offer, but the commission is too low. I don't want to talk too much because, we had all these lawsuits and, the lawyers, they use words that agents used and then use those in the lawsuits. So I'm just going to say, whatever agents said. They just said, can we work with the commission? And it's like, hey, that's the commission, it's the commission. That's what he said, and he's not going to budge. And I will put in the words that we're supposed to say commissions are negotiable, and he said he's not going to budge on the commission. Okay, yeah, I'm not submitting an offer 3 separate times. So anyway, he goes through about, I believe it was 7 more agents. As a matter of fact, before we talk about that, it goes, I had, these firms that come in, they go like, I'll sell your house for XYZ. It's like, well, why didn't you use one of those? The ones who go, oh, I'll sell your house for 1%. Well, he said I had to offer, I'll say it. I had to offer 3% for the buyer's agent. I didn't want to do that. That's too much. 4% is too much. Okay. I just wanted to experiment. So anywho, he finally sold after 7 more agents when it became a normal commission. Sellers.
Stop it!
Stop it. I had this for sale by owner once. I was like, he was like, oh, your buyer will have to pay your commission. I'm not gonna pay your commission. Okay, that's cool. So anyway, eventually he sold about 8 months later and he paid the buyer's commission. It's called realism.
Stop it!
Stop it. It's whatever the market bears. And it's kind of like right now, we know it's a soft market. It is a soft market. It is going towards a balanced market. So buyers have been so far out of where, they could have any kind of power for so long that when it becomes a normal market, that they've kind of lost a little bit. I've had just this plethora. How do you like that sound? Plethora of folks, and they're like, it's a soft market, and so I can do whatever I want. But remember, that soft market is dependent on what market it is. There's different kinds of markets. There's a luxury market. There's a regular housing market. There's a condo market. Think about this. You go to eBay right now, just go to eBay and type in, those timeshares, right? Do you know right now, you go to eBay, that there are timeshares that people sell to you for $1? Why would somebody sell you a timeshare for $1? Because they're trying to get from under them fees for life. Well, guess what? You can't sell a condo in most of Florida right now. Why? That $200,000 condo has a $250,000 assessment. Oh, during my live stream, I was running across the thing where I was talking about how, condos are not moved, or certain condos are not moving. Condos are still moving, but certain ones aren't. And I was like, let me show you something. Some of these condos, when you see them on the market for a long time, there's usually a reason, and it's the HOA. So the first one I clicked on, and I think we're, enough separated right now where I can talk about it, was a $122,000 condo. Yeah, we got $122,000 condos. You know how much the HOA was for a $122,000 condo? $647 a month for the HOA. Took 9 months to sell. Kind of interesting, huh? That's more than the dang payment for the thing if you ever bought it. At the bottom of the market, the payment on that dang thing would have been less than $400 a month. So it is 1.5 times the payment on that dang thing for nothing but the HOA. That make any sense? And then you wonder why they're not selling. All those videos I made about the condo I had that didn't sell, or wasn't selling, didn't sell, it expired because the seller kept going, oh, the offers are too low, the offers are too low, because they were all coming from investors. There should have been a clue bird. The only offers that were coming were from investors, and the only thing that were selling in that complex were to investors. And then every month he would still get offers from investors, and they were lower every single month. If I were to go back right now, I'm sure everything was invested, still been investors. You got to look at what the market is. And going back to the buyers, they're just equating everything to it being a soft market. But if you look, the sales prices are pretty much steady, but the actual sales are down. But you have to look at also what market are you in. I don't mean like market across the country. Are you in a luxury market? Remember, luxury, that's a different buyer. If you're looking at a luxury product, $2 million, you're looking at somebody of means. This isn't a $400,000 or $500,000 house. You're looking at somebody who's got some money. They're not affected by the economy the way, folks like us are. So it makes a huge difference. So just remember that. So as a seller, the buyers are looking at something completely different now, and they're not thinking the same. We don't have those San Diego buyers like in the past that bought that house, when they were in the Navy for $200,000, that sold it for $2 million, who came here to Vegas and went like,
oh my goodness, the houses are so cheap. I could buy the same house that I bought in, when I sold my house in San Diego for $2 million. I could get an equivalent house here for $500. And I can get 2 rental houses.
I mean, I literally saw some guys who did that, which was really funny because it's a story that ticks me off. I'm serious, it really ticks me off. I literally had this guy I kind of worked with. We actually went under contract, and then it fell out of contract. But he ends up buying a house. He never said anything when he came here and bought the house, but he shows up and he says he wants to go look at houses, and he brought some of his Navy buddies. He's a retired Navy E5. Retired Navy E5. And his other buddies were retired Navy E5s, E6s. They were all MSs. And they were all retired out of San Diego. And it was really funny. So we piled into my vehicle and we go look at houses. And it turns out that when he moved here, he tells them about it. So they all sell their houses in San Diego, come here to Vegas, buy houses, buy extra houses because they had so much money. By the way, didn't use me, and wanted to go look at houses, not to buy them, but just because they had a Saturday and wanted to go look at houses. People do crazy stuff like that, by the way. It didn't tell me until after we had been looking at houses.
Oh yeah, I bought a house and I had so much money left over from my house in San Diego that I bought 2 more for rental properties.
Ain't that something? So Yeah. So anyway, those California buyers are gone, y'all. I remember this one, I helped them buy a house like before COVID and calls me up like right before the market turned. When everything was just like nuts and everything. And I get back and it's like, oh man, I got some good news for you. Your house is worth twice as much as you bought it for 3 years ago. You know what she said to me? I'm serious. This is the sound over the phone. That's all? That's all. I'm only going to get twice as much as I paid for it. After 3 years, I'm only going to get twice what I paid for it. I was expecting more. We lost our minds for a few years for COVID. And sellers, COVID's over. We're going back to normal times. At some point, buyers are going to find out too, because in all honesty, we have a shortage. We really do have a shortage, especially here in Vegas. It's going to catch back up. Some of the sellers who are taking their houses off the market, it's going to take a year or two to catch back up, but you'll get a little bit extra money. But do you have that year or two to wait? I know some people are like, oh, it's always a good time to sell. It's always a good time to buy. Just telling you right now, if you keep it off the market for a couple of years, starve the beast, probably going to make a little bit extra money. But if you are trying to sell right now in the here and now, you need to look at what the market's doing. When I did my live stream, there were as many houses that had a price reduction as houses that came on the market, and twice as many houses came on the market as sold. So yeah, this just isn't the market to do all this crazy stuff. To be honest, I probably wouldn't even be listening to your agents these days, because your agents, they want the listing and they'll tell you whatever they have to do. Like, hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be done or not done by the time this video comes out and actually like hits the streets. Working on a listing right now, and when I went there, it's like, you know what, I don't even want to price this right now because the house is too unique. I want to get like a real appraiser in here, because if we overprice this house, it's just going to sit, and if we overprice to start with, you're going to get less money in the long term. I want to make sure this starts off right so you get the most money possible, and you get the most money possible by starting it off right. And stop this, I want to start here because I'm trying to get past the low ballers and all. No. I don't know if I think I told this story before. One time, somebody called me up about this house. Just tell you how long ago it was. $265,000 with the pool. And I'm like, that's a little bit low. And the person just kept talking. I'm like, that don't even add up, especially the location. And I'm like, hold on. I know the agent. Let me call her up. Name's Alicia. I call her up and she goes, Eric, I know you. You know me. I was pricing this on purpose like this to get a whole bunch of interest. I have 100 offers on this house already. Yeah. When you price it low like that, that's what happens. You get more interest. And this is like way pre-COVID. Just don't do dumb stuff. Pricing low actually gets you more money. I've just seen it so often. Like one time I accidentally fat fingered in a wrong number on a listing. Before I left my office in my home, I was going to a meeting. Before I left the office, I get a phone call after hitting enter. I'm like, what the heck? Okay. Before I get downstairs, I get a call. Before I get in my car, I get a call. Pulling out, I get a call. Before I leave my subdivision, hitting the gates, I get a call. I'm like, what the heck? That's like 4 calls. So I finally go wait a minute. What price do you see that? I hit like a number below. And it's like, okay, I accidentally put the wrong number in. It was just call after call. People really think they're going to get some kind of bargain on a house or something. If it's in the MLS, you didn't discover anything, okay? It actually goes above market like that. And people get nuts. And that's why eBay became so rich at one point. So anyway, you know the drill. If you're one of my military brothers and sisters, Alpha Mike Foxtrot, this is Carpool Confessions. It's how it is. Sellers, don't do dumb stuff. Buyers, you're in a good position right now. You can run the track right now. Pretty much all the sellers, unless they're being dumb, they're going to give you some great concessions. You're going to be able to get them closing costs. But no matter what, right now, new homes are actually selling for less than the resales. You're not only going to get concessions, you're going to get reduced interest rates and actually a new house. So Alpha Mike Foxtrot, rest of my viewers, which is actually the majority of the folks, as I know, because you're calling me, we're going to keep them lights on for you. And as I say always, another video is about to pop up, and according to YouTube, it's the one you want to see. Go ahead and watch it.